was the party then, Jamie?
Do you like it? I got it yesterday. 70 quid down the market.
Very tasty.
Yeah, you look like a sack of potatoes.
Hey, it's Italian.
All dressed up and nowhere to go, Driscoll?
Ah, you're not lost another one, have you?
Get knotted.
Borrow my push bike if you're stuck.
See, my rhubarb grows that big.
I can't even grow weeds in our garden.
I want to see Georgie Smalley dropped you a load of bullshit from his mountains. It's magic
Can I
stuff.
speak to Phil Sayers, please?
Briefing in 2 minutes, June.
I'm just coming.
Burnside's laying down the law.
Do you know when
Trying to
he'll
knock
be
doors
back?
out of windows. So this little fella, no
sorry.
bigger than a pawn ticket, jumps on a chair and nuts in
Yeah, can
wallet.
you keep it down, please, Jim?
I'm sorry.
That's all right, I'll
You
call
should have
back
seen
later.
Burnside's face. It was a
You've seen
picture.
Whose is the suit?
It's mine.
It's a bit big for you.
Yeah, he took us down the Ship and Bottle.
Oh, what's it like?
Dead rough. It's full of pimps and tarts with their skirts halfway up their backsides.
Oh. I'll see you in there.
What are you doing this weekend, June?
Having a wild time in the country with any luck.
Who with?
Phil Sayers.
Oh, yeah? I thought that was all off.
Well, it's on again. If he can get away from his wife.
June.
Right, beat 6. Young. Lollipop lady's gone sick, so see the kids across the road 3 till 4 o'clock. That's the Angel Street School.
Just come in, Sarge.
Oh, ta. Afternoon, ladies. Glad you could join us. Abel, you're beat 4, aren't you?
Sarge.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson has just written himself off under a bus somewhere in Somerset. Think you can handle a death message?
Yeah.
Good. And don't hang about, right? Right, now, some of you might have seen the local rag this morning. Something funny, Garfield?
No, Sarge.
27 quality motorbikes, including one of ours, stolen in the last couple of months. We are not looking clever, are we, Garfield?
No, Sarge.
So I'll say it again. We want a show on this one, all right? So, OK, on your bikes. If you can find them. Something wrong, Tim?
Yeah. I'm not quite sure on the procedure with this, Sarge.
OK, I'll come along with you. Hold your hand. Oh, damn. Moving! Come on. Moving! Got a couple of nice little jobs for you. Knockbacks from our friends at the Crown Prosecution Service. Now, do you remember a fellow by the name of Lord?
No, one of yours?
Young bloke got wiped out by a jag in Mason Street a while back.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Well, anyway, CPS have decided not to proceed against the driver, OK? Now, this one is one of yours, Mr. Farley.
Oh, they're not dropping the Farley
Afraid
case.
so.
It was a runner, Sarge. We had it nailed on.
Now we're writing it off. Ours is not the reason why. CPS has spoken.
On the razzle last night.
Yeah, Tosh fetched around some of his homebrew to the section house.
Any good?
Yeah, spot on. If we've been stripping paint.
Where?
Oh, Bill! Oi! Stop!
After him! Quick!
Yeah, I'm all right. You shot me. Yeah, I'm all right. Did a pile of papers that thick on the Farley case, all binned.
Yeah, keeps admin happy.
Well, what are they frightened of, eh?
Wasting public money.
2 weeks of my work down the tubes. Whose money's that wasting, eh? God, makes me sick.
Not half as sick as Mr. Farley's going to be. I'll let you handle it.
Cheers.
Never done a deathogram before then?
No.
Obviously, you break it to them gently. Never know, it might be one of yours one day, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good idea. Chat to a neighbour first, find out whether they're on their own, that sort of thing. I mean, a cup of tea, comforting word from a neighbour, works wonders.
Right.
Sierra Oscar 85 from Sierra Oscar receiving.
Go ahead, Sierra Oscar. Come in.
Tim, traffic are in pursuit of 2 youths on a stolen motorcycle, vicinity of Wishart Road. Are you anywhere near? Over.
Tell them we're heading that way now.
We're on our way, Sierra Oscar.
Come on,
all right. You all right?
Mr. Farley?
Yeah? Oh, hello.
PC Melvin, Sunhill.
Yeah. I thought you'd forgotten all about me.
These things take a long time.
Hey, it gets up in court on the 19th, that right?
Yes, but the Crown Prosecution Service will offer no evidence.
What's that mean?
It means they've decided there's not enough to go on. It will be in the letter. As you know, on the night we did our job, but powers that be have decided not to run it.
Well, you mean you're going to let him walk away from it?
It's not me, Mr. Farley. It's not my decision.
Oh, leave it out. What's going on here?
Look, I'm just as disappointed as you are, Mr. Farley.
He broke my nose. I'm not having this.
Well, I suggest you discuss it with your solicitor then.
Oh, too right, I'll be seeing my solicitor. I'll have you over backwards. You coppers, you're bent.
Where did you get it? Yamaha 500, Honda 750. Every registration of every bike nicked here in your little black book.
Ain't mine. We found it in a road.
Oh, yeah. 40,000 quid's worth of bikes. Unless you cooperate with us and tell us who's running this ring, you are going to cop for the lot, Swift.
What ring?
I'll give you 5 minutes to think about it.
We couldn't get us a cup of tea and all, could you? 2 sugars.
5 minutes.
Makes a change. It's usually me fetching him tea.
Siggy?
Last year you done me for drink driving, didn't you? A couple of pints, you docked me licence. Some get assaults me, you don't give a monkey.
Look, we've done what we can, Mr. Farley.
Leave it, Ken.
You done sweet FA. Pack that in! Get off me! Rio, get off! Right, Macy, I'm having you. You've never been in trouble before, have you?
No.
So be smart, Michael. First offence, you probably get away with a slap wrist and a pound out of the poor box. But if you keep on coming the clever dick like Mr. Roach says, you'll end up copping for the lot.
We took one bike for a ride, that's all. It's the God's truth.
No. No, the truth is you're tooled up with that. You've got numbers in your little black book and money coming out your ears, and it won't take Rumpole or the Bailey to stitch you up, will it? So how much does he pay you for a bike? A monkey? 2? What's his take?
I want a solicitor.
You want to see him walking away scot-free while you're stopping out in the scrubs? Is that what you want?
I'm staying stum until I get a solicitor.
Double blank.
All right, I'll have a chat with his oppo. Robson, is it?
Penny won't wear it. He's still a juvenile, Ted.
This is not kid stuff.
See how he's getting on.
Okay.
Nice suit, that, Jim.
Oh, don't you start.
No, straight up, it's funny how the fashion's come back, because my dad had a D-mob suit like that in 1948. We've sent round for your mum. She should be here soon.
You all right?
It's cold enough to hang meat in here.
What do you do with all the money you make, Nicky? Got expensive habits, have you?
What do you mean?
Shush your arm.
What?
Better send for the doctor.
Right.
Done any heroin today, have you?
No.
What you on then?
Nothing.
Uppers, downers, what?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, Nicky. You might not have a lot between your ears, but you better start using it.
He killed me.
Who? What you been using, Nicky?
Crap.
How many more times I've got to do this, eh? Get milking ya!
Mr. Robson,
What's it got to do with you?
it's about your son Nicholas. Can I come in, sir?
Ain't my kid, ask her. Stupid cow.
3 days overdue, this scabby video. You're costing me £6.
Is that Mrs. Robson?
The old bill's here for you. Here, hang on, here. You know Amrique's video shop? You wouldn't mind dropping that in. Could you drop me an invoice when you're passing, could you?
No, I couldn't.
Well, I just thought. It's about your Nicholas. What's he done, robbed the bank or what?
No.
Shame.
So he's doing drugs. Don't break my heart. I need to talk to him.
No go?
Don't mess me about, Tom. All I've got is a couple of kids. I want the full team.
See Fraser.
As soon as Chummy's mother comes in, I want to know.
I want my lawyer.
What's this? Mr. James Farley, Sarge.
Farley, wasn't he one of them I sent you to?
Yeah, I gave him the CPS letter, Sarge, and he gave me that.
Well, it's police provocation. You...
Shut up!
I want to make a complaint. These two attacked me. What you going to do about it?
Charge you.
What with?
Assaulting a police officer and criminal damage to a police vehicle.
And the Crown Prosecution Service had better make this one stick, matey.
What the little beggar's done now?
He's assisting with inquiries.
You what?
He's assisting with inquiries. Can you come down to the station, love?
Do me a favour, I've got 50 days to do by 5 o'clock.
It's a serious matter, madam.
Yeah, too right, stick this on that pile. Oi,
Nicholas could be in very serious trouble.
I'll kill him.
No joy?
No.
Hang on a mo. Fraser's looking for a volunteer for Saturday. Charity fete. You know, judge a cycling proficiency competition, kiss the babies on the bums, that sort of thing. It's money for old rope.
No, thanks, Sarge.
Well, I need somebody. I'm stuck.
You got them?
I've got what?
The joker's what I'll finish my bike.
No, not yet. Anyway, look, you need the overtime under your belt, don't you? Got an appraisal coming
My
up.
super's jumping all over my back because of this.
Why don't you just go and stuff your face?
I only asked.
Look, Ken, can I put you down for Saturday?
Any chance of you doing it, Jim?
Sorry.
Sarge, Mrs. Robson's here.
You done that death message yet?
Yeah, I tried on the way to the Robsons, no reply.
Well, go round and try again, Tim. Now, look, sort this overtime out between you, will you? One or other of you for Saturday, then let me know.
Come on, Postman Pat, let's deliver that other CPS letter. And don't get us into a punch-up this time, eh?
He says it's crack. Cocaine. My Nicky has been injecting himself as well. Probably heroin.
Any idea where he might be getting it?
No,
Do you know anything about motorbikes, Mrs. Robson?
not much.
Nicholas does. He collects them. Other people's.
What's he on about?
Stealing, Mrs. Robson.
Yeah.
Come here, you scummy little kid! Come on,
All right. Sit down. All right. Nicholas, I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want some straight answers. Do you understand?
Alan, they've come. About your accident.
Hello. Yeah, I've got a letter for you from the Crown Prosecution Service. I'm afraid they're not going to proceed against the driver.
But he knocked Alan down.
Well, the officer who dealt with it will have made out a report. This is the upshot.
Well, what can we do if you won't summon him?
You will have to take him to court yourself. Private prosecution.
We couldn't afford that. Look, my son's been paralysed.
Don't.
No, I'm all right. I'm sorry.
So this is it? As far as the police go, then?
Yeah. Look, what you need to do now is go for legal aid. If there's even a glimmer of hope, they'll try and get you some sort of compensation.
How long will that take?
We've been waiting months, you see. And we've had nothing.
I'm sorry we couldn't bring you better news. Don't give up. If you get onto your solicitor now, you should be able to get something.
I think we'd better be going.
I'll see you out.
Goodbye.
God. Can you imagine watching your own kid go through that?
Grub's up.
You doing anything important on Saturday?
Yep.
I'd arranged to meet Michelle.
Well, meet Michelle then.
What, now Peter's marked me down as a dosser next appraisal? I'll have to do it.
There's no have to about it. Overtime's voluntary.
Yeah, you try telling Peters that. He'll have me doing every bum job that's going if I don't do it.
We're not slaves to this uniform, you know.
Yeah, Michelle's gonna go bananas.
You known Swifty long?
Long enough.
Good mates.
Yeah.
Always been into motorbikes?
No. I only did it for
For what?
just for the crack.
All right, Mrs. Robson.
How much did Swifty give you to nick the bikes?
Nothing.
Nothing. He gave you the drugs for nothing, did he?
No. Swifty don't do drugs.
Where did you get the money?
Got 50 quid apiece.
From whom?
I don't know. The cash come through the post. This geezer Swifty met in the pub. He set us up.
What did you do with the bikes?
Took them round Swifties. Geezer phones up. And then comes round and collects him in a van.
Where does he take them?
I don't know. Honest.
Does Swifty know? Did you ever hear him mention anywhere?
Tell him, Nicky.
Come on, Nicky, you'd be doing yourself a favour.
They kill me.
Mrs. Anderson,
What's this about?
I tried to call round earlier, but
I was at my mother's.
would you like to sit down?
What's happened?
I'm afraid it's your husband. He's been involved in an incident. I'm sorry to have to tell you, but he's been killed.
How?
According to our information, it was a bus in Frome, which is down in Somerset.
Oh, God. He's done it. He threatened he'd do it. Julie? I hate you! I told you! Julie!
Calm down, love.
He's had an accident, Julie!
Your mum's right. Let's not jump to conclusions, eh?
Three-way garage on Cray Street.
I'll need some uniforms for backup.
Well, you have Martella, Garfield and Melvin. Is that enough?
That's fine.
Right, then the canteen. Jim, tell them I've okayed it, will you? And will you ask June to come to the front office?
Yes, Skip.
What's with the rabbit food then, Driscoll?
I'm on a diet, lost half a stone.
It's been your week for losing things, hasn't it?
Ha. Off the beer and back on the football team.
Oh, yeah, where'd you play? Left back at home?
Centre forward.
Chelsea looking for people like you.
Look, we need you three for a job. It's been cleared with Alex. June, he wants to see you in the front office.
What's the crack?
Well, chances we'll bag this team of bike merchants. Oh, come on!
Are you leaving that?
No, I'm going to put it in my pocket for later.
I've got to go.
So we're going to have to keep Nicholas a little while yet.
Yeah, you don't need me, though, do you?
Might help. He's not in a very good state, love.
Well, neither will I be if I ain't done with collars.
Just a few more questions.
This has nothing to do with me!
Might come as a surprise to you, Mrs. Robson, but parents are responsible for their children.
Sierra Oscar 227 to DS Roach. Come in.
Receiving. Over.
We're in position, Ted.
You ready? Okay, Viv, go! They've given us a bum steer. Oh.
Well, they've been here.
Fat lot of good to us.
You haven't told Swifty I said nothing, have you?
Forget him.
He ain't gonna forget me. You know, I've grasped on him.
How you feeling?
Knackered. I'm sorry.
Sorry. There's a Mr. Jackson to see you on the front desk.
Done that deathogram, have you?
No problem.
Kept it plain and simple.
Yeah.
Always the best, otherwise they can fall apart all over you.
Yeah. How is he?
Not bad. Beats me why some people have kids.
What'll he get?
Care order, correction centre.
Anywhere would be better than that hole he's been dragged up in.
Don't you believe it?
Oh, Sarge,
Yeah, what is it?
Mr. Jackson says he owns the bike those two lads pinched this morning. I've sent him to the yard.
Oh, I'll see to it then. June, finished with Mrs. Robson?
All she wants to talk about is shirts.
Strew.
Oh, June. Phone call came in for you earlier from a bloke called Phil Sayers. Said to tell you it's off for this weekend.
What?
Said you'd understand.
Oh, great!
Result? Complete flop. Totally blown out. Where's Ted?
Upstairs chewing the carpet, I expect.
You can't win them all. Oh, Kenneth, you and June sorted out who's doing this fete tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do it.
No, it's all right, Ken, I'll do it.
Fighting over it now,
No,
are we?
I've changed my plans. I'm going to be free this weekend.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, great. I owe you one, June. Thanks.
June? See you for a drink after?
Yeah.
Oi, did you find my bike?
Yeah. Yeah, what's left of it. Do you think you can ride that home?
We don't know anything yet.
Yes, and who is she?
She's right over. Where's Mary?
I'll talk to her later on. Where is the mother
up
of the
in the
missing
office.
child?
She's up in the
Okay.
office.
Look, can you all stay here, please, because we'll want to talk to you later, all right?
Right, we've got the mother up here.
What's her name?
Mrs. Sally Bowman.
No sign of the baby?
No.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Jackson, head teacher.
WPC Ackland, this is PC Melvin.
Hello.
Are you sure the pram isn't in the school?
No, we've looked everywhere. Sully? Sully? Just tell me what happened.
Who's taken my baby?
I don't know, Sully.
Do that. Who take her?
We need to know exactly what happened.
Where's my baby? Where is she?
Did you do anything over the weekend?
Went to the supermarket, did the washing, picked up the dry cleaning.
You're always putting me down, aren't you?
Oh, come on, I was only teasing. This it? You're not going to go all quiet on me.
I was only asking a perfectly reasonable question. I was just wondering.
I know what you're wondering. Do I have a boyfriend? There's a couple of blokes I've seen now and again. No one special.
Suppose the job makes it difficult. The hours and all that.
No, I'm just very fussy. Hello, Miss White. It's the police. You sent for us. Thank you.
What colour was the pram, Sally?
Only that far away from me.
What colour was the pram?
Grey.
And what was Kathy wearing?
My baby grow.
What else did she have on?
Pale blue booties. White bonnet. Tell my husband.
We'll get a message to him. He'll meet us down the station.
June, I'll just go outside and see if anyone saw anything, okay?
Don't know how he'll take this. Anything happens to her. He's crazy about Kath. He dotes on her like you wouldn't believe. He'd never let anyone hurt her. He'd kill them.
All right, take it easy.
He'll go spare when he hears this.
He said he was from the water board.
He had a card, said all he wanted to do was to check the mains pressure.
Then he told you there was some sort of problem.
He put his hand down there to sort out the pipes. Took it out again. It was full of maggots crawling all over his fingers. I was almost sick at the sight of them.
How much did you give him, love?
£200. He said it would cost over £500 to get the job done by a plumber, but he would do it cheap, seeing I was a pensioner. He started it, but then he said he had to get a special part. That was the last I saw of him.
It's all right. One at a time. One at a time,
I saw
please.
this woman.
Right. What woman?
Well, she was standing over there, just watching the kids. I have seen her a few times in the past couple of days.
Didn't you see any of the warnings we put in the papers about this bloke?
Don't look at the papers much anymore, love.
He keeps the maggots in a tin in his pocket. Takes some out just before he starts fiddling with the pipes. It's a contract.
I'm silly, a silly old fool. I don't suppose I'll ever get that money back.
Don't know, love. Hard to say.
Look how he's left my sink. That pipe's still undone and the others are dripping.
That's okay. The constable here will fix that for you.
Yeah, sure. You got a spanner or monkey wrench?
I've got all my brother's tools next door. I kept them when he died.
Thanks a bunch.
We can't leave the old dear with pipes like that.
I would have offered to do it myself.
Sorry I spoke.
These do?
Yeah, that one should do it. It must be a left-handed thread.
This is Mrs. Park.
You say this woman was wearing a brown coat?
Yes.
Did it have a leather trim kind of on the shoulders here?
Yeah, I think there was something like that.
Long hair, straight?
Sort of. Like I say, I didn't really pay her that much attention.
Right, have we got your name and address?
Gave them to him.
Thank you. Thanks for all your help.
You know who she is, this woman in brown?
Oh, I hope not. Look, Ken, can you go and look after Sally? I'll send a car for you. All right?
Yeah.
Sierra Oscar from 643, receiving over.
Yeah, go ahead, June.
Yeah, I need the latest known on a woman called Janet Watson.
Yeah, you got an address, date of birth?
No, we picked her up a couple of weeks ago on a shoplifting charge. I think she was committed in care for mental and medical.
Yeah, OK, we'll do. Get back to you ASAP. Have you got a description of the kid or the pram yet?
Barb's a baby girl, about 4 months. She's wearing a white baby robe.
227 from Sierra Oscar. You're receiving over.
Yes, Sierra Oscar, go ahead.
Ah, Viv, when you finished there, we've got another old bloke who's been sold the maggot story. Over.
I don't believe it.
Okay, Taff, keep us informed.
I suppose you thought that was funny.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, well, I was just looking.
You aren't supposed to get into the cars unless attended by a salesman.
Oh. I'm sorry.
Are we interested in this car?
Could be.
Janet Watson was held in custody for a couple of weeks, allowed to discharge herself.
No, she was sick. The woman was really very ill.
Well, that's what it says, June. She came out a few days ago.
I don't believe it. The woman had just lost a baby 2 days after it was born. She was shoplifting baby clothes for a kid that was dead. Well, she hadn't eaten for days. She didn't know where she was, let alone what she was doing. How could they let her go?
Social services couldn't do a report.
Oh.
Time pressures.
Right, you got an address for her?
23 Shadwell Road.
Okay, that's where I'm going. I'm pretty sure that's where this kid is. Ken will take the mother to the station. Can you send a car around here to pick him up?
Yeah, will do.
Oh, what about this one?
No, that's it.
I'm sorry.
We get punters like you in here every day, wasting our time, mess up the cars.
Well, if that's how you feel, I'll take my business elsewhere.
There's a Skoda dealer just down the road. Perhaps that's more your style.
Is there?
Oh, no, not him. Hey, back off!
Why won't this door open?
Back off!
My name's Bowman. I've had a message. Someone's taken my kid.
I recognise you, Mr. Bowman. Will you take it easy? And your wife will be here in a minute. Come with me.
See anything?
Nah.
You sure it's worth waiting?
Yeah, I'm quite sure.
Janet? Janet, is June Ackland here? Do you remember me?
You're right, girl.
Yeah. You?
If anything happens to her... Right, watch you. Any trouble, just hit that panic strip, okay?
Has he got full?
Well, not recent, but I've been in here 1 or 2 Friday nights with him. He's taken this place apart on his own.
Oh, okay, Sergeant.
Any more from Ackland?
Nothing yet. I'll keep you posted.
Right.
Look, I only want to talk. Let me in. I just want to make sure you're okay. Have a chat, that's all. Janet! Janet, let me in. I can hear the baby crying. Look, I know you're in there. I'm just trying to help you, please.
He's got a nice little scam going there. Goes to one of the big NCPs in the city or the West End. You know, the ones with the same cars parked there all the time. Finds a nice little car he fancies, you know, Porsche, BMW, something like that. But he doesn't nick it. What's he do with that then? Well, he writes off to Swansea from some accommodation address. Says he's lost the certificate, you know, when moving house. Or his father-in-law's died and he can't find the certificate in his papers. Swansea send him a new one back. And all he's got to do is make an appointment in his Filofax to nick the car. Yeah. He puts the car through an auction and he ends up 15 grand or so up.
That's quite elegant then.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah?
Maybe we should just take over from him once we put him away.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Come on, Janet, please let me in. I just want to talk. Look, if you don't let me in, others will come and they'll force their way in.
Well, we need to get a full statement off your wife, and we're trying to organise that now.
Have you got any news?
We have got certain leads and we're following them up.
Certain leads? Certain leads? That's my kid you're talking about.
Now, why don't you just leave it to us, Mr. Bowman?
Have you got any idea who's taken Kathy?
We do have an idea who might have abducted her, and we're still checking it out.
Taking your time about it.
Let us do our job. That's the best thing you can do.
Come on, Sam.
Mr. Bowman?
Don't start. You've been all right to me.
Don't come any closer. Look, I just wanted to see you, Janet. I wanted to see that the baby was okay.
Don't come any closer. You're going to take her away from me.
No, I'm not going to do that. I want you to give me the baby, but I won't take her.
Why should I give you the baby?
It's not yours, Janet.
It is.
It isn't. Your baby died a month ago. You told me yourself at the supermarket.
This is my baby. It is. Stay away! Stay away!
Look, how long are we going to wait here for? My mate in SO11 says there's some hot cars going in there today. And I want to be here when they do. I've got a stack of paperwork on that fraud case sitting on my desk waiting for me. I want that little so-and-so. Look, I hope this isn't getting personal.
I'd just like to see justice done.
What, especially to him?
Especially. You fancy going with battleships?
No.
Noughts and crosses?
Oh.
Suit yourself.
Sorry about earlier. I was a bit upset.
It's okay.
I acted like a prat. Sorry.
Told you it's okay.
Look, can I make a couple of calls? They'll want to know what's happening at work.
Yeah, you can use one of the phones in the front office. I'll show you.
227 from Sierra Oscar, receiving me, over.
Yes, Sierra Oscar, go ahead.
We've just had a report in on that con man with the maggots. We tried it on with one old dear, but she'd seen something about him in the paper.
How long ago was this?
Just now. She got on the blower as soon as he walked out the door. He should be going down Curtis Street about now, wearing a tweed jacket over an orange boiler suit.
We're on our way.
Yeah, I got the van here. I don't know how long. Well, what do you need? No, hold on.
You're gonna let drunk slip on the front. No, you'll just stand there, ain't you, Ford? Equal opportunity. Come on. Up. Come on. Up and out.
Right, this is the custody record with the last address of the woman who's got the baby.
Finished with it?
Yeah, got a photocopy, Tom.
We can get you help, Janet. I mean, things may seem bad now, but there are doctors who can help you. You've got to take the first step. Can you hear me, Janet? Are you listening to me?
No one's taking this baby away from me.
But it's not yours, Janet.
It is.
It's not, Janet.
It is!
All right. All right, then what's her name?
Well, it's...
I'll tell you what it is. It's Kathy. Kathy Bowman.
Why don't you just leave us alone?
Where'd he go then?
Said he needed to take the van back to his work, but he'll come straight back.
Oh, okay. You all right here then?
Oh, yeah, great.
Got it. The number's Foxtrot 498, Foxtrot Oscar Yankee. You want that again?
No, I've got it. Give me a moment.
This is it, I know it. Without even checking.
That car was nicked from an NCP in the city this morning.
Bingo!
Over there. That's him. Come on. Get out of the way.
Oh, all right, don't hurt me. Look, I'm an old man. What do you want anyway?
Why are you running away from us?
Well,
No one runs from the police unless they've got a guilty conscience.
I was confused. I didn't know what was going on, that's all.
Yeah, you're the one who just tried to con the old lady with a maggot trick, aren't you?
No, not me.
What have you got in your pockets? Come on. What are these for?
For fishing?
No, I don't think so. Come on, you're coming with us to the station, sir. How could you do that to all those pensioners?
Look, I'm a pensioner myself. You ever tried getting by on £43.64 a week?
How did it feel to lose your baby, Janet? Yes, it really hurt. Well, just think how the mother of that baby is feeling right now. She's scared she's lost her baby. Do you want her to go through the same thing you went through? Is that what you want, Janet?
No, I don't want anyone to feel this.
Well then, give me the baby. Look, I know how you must feel.
You?
You
ever had any kids?
No.
Then you don't know how I feel.
I just meant...
You don't know!
I don't know. But please, give me the baby. It's the best thing, please. What's that? I don't know. Look, just stay there, right? And don't do anything. Don't do anything. Look, I don't know who you are, but this is a police case.
You've got my kid in there. I want her. I want Kath. Don't I want whoever it is in there that's got her. No!
Sierra Oscar from 643 receiving over.
Go ahead, Jude.
Urgent assistance required. 23 Shamrock Road. The father's turned up and he's trying to break in. Will you please stay in there? Just stay there.
What are you doing here? I thought I told you to clear off.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
More getting work. Downstairs. It's all right. I radioed for help. Just get upstairs, please. Trust me. You're all right. Stay in there. Sierra Oscar from 643. Where is that help? I need it now.
2 minutes, Jude. Hold on.
Tosh?
Yeah?
Tosh! Registration documents, 7 or 8 of them.
Have you got the cars for these?
No, but I bet you he knows where he's going to nick them.
Was going to nick them. Come on.
He's going to kill me! He's going to kill me! Go back, Janet! Go back!
Stop! Stop where you are! Stop where you are! Right, hold him! Hold it down, that's it! Get the cuffs on him! Hold him! June, where are you? Are you all right, June? Hold it, that's it.
Yeah, we're okay.
This way, come on.
Where are you taking me?
Look, if you just cooperate.
I want a solicitor!
You'll get one. Would you look after her suspected
Shoplift press racing. I haven't done anything.
Sorry, Mum, I have to deal with this lot first here.
No, only till the store manager gets here.
Put her in detention room too, will you, Mum?
Right, this way. I'm not going nowhere. Hey!
Hey, come here.
Come on. Listen, if I have a miscarriage... You're pregnant? 15 weeks.
Gordon Bennett.
Sergeant.
That's the oldest one in the book, Mum.
All right, I'll handle it. Now, do you want a miscarriage? Not in there. We'll deal with you as soon as the manager's made his complaint. Anything you want, just let the sergeant know. Sympathetic cow, aren't you? What's the matter?
Nothing, Mum.
But if she is carrying a child...
Yeah, sure, I know. Excuse me, Mum. Excuse me.
Mum?
Not now.
It's a big day. Chrissy, you got those bodies for the warehouse job?
It's organised, Frank, I told you.
Great. Brindle Martella amongst them? It's going to be a long night. Could do with a pretty face amongst the ghouls. No, I know that face.
I got my appraisal interview in an hour.
Piece of cake. What's up? Conway done a poison pen job on you?
Yes, love.
Yeah, I'd like to see the most senior female officer, please.
What about?
I'm from Women's Action at the college. There's a talk this lunchtime. We think it should be stopped.
One bloke's opinion.
I thought you had some respect for me.
Conway couldn't pick out a good copper on an ID parade full of ballet dancers. You know what that's all about, don't you? You're a threat. You're on the way up, he's stuck between floors.
Well, maybe he's right.
Listen, Chrissy, who keeps this old wreck airborne? You and me. Conway couldn't organise the inside of an empty bag.
I thought I was on for promotion again soon.
Well, go and say that to Brownlow.
What's the point?
Look, don't cave in, Chrissy. That's what Conway wants. Go into Brownlow with all the verbals. Lob him some exocets.
Yeah?
Sorry, Mum. Have you got 5 minutes?
Is it important?
Well, yes. It's about this talk at the college.
Chief Inspector Conway's department.
Well, he said he didn't know anything about it. Anyway, he's gone up to see the chief super. There's a young lady at the front desk.
All right.
Sorry I'm late, sir.
Hi, Derek. I'm just reading Frank Burnside's ideas on joint CID uniform briefings. Seems like a good way to identify priorities.
I think so.
It's about time at Sunhill we had some cooperation between uniform and CID.
Yes.
Anyway, what I wanted to see you about was Christine Fraser's APA. Did you mean to be so tough?
Well, I'm not happy with the performance, sir.
Fitzgerald wants to turn the clock back 50 years. He says abortion is killing and women who need one are guilty of murder. Well, what does he know? Has he ever been raped? Has he ever been told he's carrying a Down syndrome fetus?
Miss Hartley, I have a busy day. I don't have time for a seminar.
Look, if you let him anywhere
I
near the
understand
campus...
this talk was organised by the Christian Union, fellow students of yours.
Well, yes, it was.
Haven't they the right to hear who they want? If you've a problem with the speaker, I suggest you take it up with the college authorities.
They're liberals. They say they have to protect the freedom of speech.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
I'm only trying to protect him. You saw what happened to him at Cambridge. Fitzgerald's made a lot of women very angry. If you don't stop him speaking, there's quite a few students who'll do the job for you.
You're not suggesting positive discrimination.
You know I don't like jargon, Derek.
All right, I'll put it another way. We can't make allowances for the fact that she's a woman.
It's a problem, though. A lack of high-ranking women in the force. Question is, do we want her to remain at Sunhill? If I got an appraisal like that, I'd be putting in for a transfer. What did she say to you?
Not much. Very frosty interview.
Defensive?
And on edge. Frankly, I think she's losing a bottle. You can't pick her up on anything, but she's off to her office for a sulk. You can't talk to her. She certainly won't take advice.
Well, we'll see.
Yes, come in.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right, Frank. Come in. All right, Frank.
I just wondered whether you'd read my paper on the briefings.
Yes, we've just been talking about it. Excellent idea.
Well, I can't claim all the credit. Christine Fraser, she suggested it in the first place.
Even better. Well, it's good to see the two branches working so well together. Hey, Derek.
If there's a disturbance this lunchtime, we'll be down on you like a ton of bricks. That clear?
Sergeant, see what side you're on.
I'm not on any side.
People do get their knickers in a twist, don't they, Ma'am?
I understand exactly how she feels. So, we've got a problem.
Oh?
Looks like there's going to be trouble at the college.
College?
You know, the talk. I sent you a memo about it.
Did you?
The speaker's Robin Fitzgerald. Well, you know, the anti-abortionist, the one who's been causing all the fuss. You must have seen it in the papers.
There's nothing in the Telegraph sports pages.
That's it?
Oh, that. I thought that was just for information.
You mean you've got no one on standby?
No. Well, it's only a talk. What's the big deal? Anyway, it looks as though the principal doesn't think we're needed.
When Fitzgerald gave a talk in Cambridge last week, 8 people ended up in hospital.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you can handle it, Christine.
I've got my appraisal interview.
What are the odds?
So what?
What's going on?
Fancy a flutter, Sarge? It's the odds on Fraser gets put up for a board, Sarge.
Wouldn't bank on it, not the Ice Queen.
You were getting a bit of cold douche from her earlier, weren't you, Sarge?
Would you? Only trying to do what she told me.
Oh, don't tell me.
What?
Our dear Inspector.
Well, thank God she only has her APA once a year.
You'll all be sorry when she gets promoted.
Oh, that's a long way off. Conway's got it in for her.
So, what are you doing?
Leave it. This talk at the college, go down and see it's all right.
Oh, I might have known.
Yeah, sure. But Christine Fraser is panicking and we don't want to take any chances.
I don't know. Students call themselves educated.
Go down to the campus and see what the principal says.
I thought the buzz was she didn't want us down there.
Tell her we received a threat, right? We'll just find out how Fitzgerald's around and see if we can get him into the hole by a back route. I'll get some lads for you.
Isn't it a bit late for this, sir?
Don't talk to me about it.
Well, sir, I can give you Abel and Garfield immediately.
Good. 2 more will probably do it.
Are you sure that's enough?
We're not trying to take Tiananmen Square. This has got to be kept nice and quiet. No provocation.
Sir, at Cambridge,
This isn't Cambridge, Christine. The local college is hardly a radical hotbed.
Abortion may not mean very much to you, but there are a lot of people who feel very strongly about it.
I think we'd better leave personal feelings out of this, don't you?
Could I see the principal, please?
Hello?
Miss Pleasance?
I thought we agreed no police presence today.
Right, now this operation has been sprung on us all a bit sharpish. That's going to be tedious and we're understaffed, but it's got to be done. And this is the bloke we're talking about, Dr. Robin Fitzgerald. Seems a pretty unassuming sort of bloke, really. A bit religious. He's upset a load of bra burners in the college. He's giving a lunchtime talk to the Christian Union. It's your job to make sure it goes off peacefully.
Not a Greenham job, is it, sir?
It's just a few women's libbers, Abel. You should be able to manage that. Now, the name of the game is low-key. No strong-arm stuff. Now, we all know what that lot are like, don't we? One touch and they'll all be screaming molestation. Understand? Come on, then.
The Women's Action Group are harmless. Just a bit volatile sometimes. The one thing guaranteed to set them off is the sight of a blue uniform. When I informed your inspector, female.
Fraser.
Yes. I said the best way to keep tempers down is to let our own men deal with security. In the absence of any response, I assume...
I can assure you that anything we do will be low profile.
May I remind you the police cannot set foot on campus without invitation.
Oh, I know, madam. But we think there's a possibility of violence after what happened at Cambridge.
But what happened at Cambridge was a large number of police incensing the students by trying to move them on.
No, that won't be necessary this time. My chief inspector wants to bring Dr. Fitzgerald in through a back route.
Perhaps I ought to have a word with your chief inspector.
He'll only say what I'm saying.
I think I will, if you don't mind.
Yes?
Hello, sir.
Hello, Christine. Come in. Tea?
Please.
Do you take sugar?
No, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, the new proposals for CID uniform briefings.
Oh, yes.
I didn't realise they were your idea.
Well, Frank did most of the donkey work.
Well, there's no need to be modest. Imagination is the secret of good management. Do sit down. So, your annual appraisal.
I told you not to take no for an answer.
She didn't want to lose control of the situation.
Yeah. Woolly academics living in their ivory towers. Ah, hello, Miss Pleasance. Yes, I gather that... Oh, I see. 5 or 6 of us at the most. No. We'll use a side door or something. No, I wasn't thinking of an assault course. Okay, then. No, thank you very much. Right, I'll see you there, then. Bye. What's the hassle?
Careers are tricky things, Christine. And everybody goes through a sticky patch sometime or other. Something doesn't click with the job or the people we're working with. Maybe your personal life gets in the way. The point is, it's not the end of the world.
I know that.
Look, I know how you must be feeling with an appraisal like that, but don't panic. Find out what the problem is and work hard at solving it.
What is the problem, sir?
In your case?
Well, that's what we're here to discuss, isn't it?
We'll bring around the rear side of the campus on this access road to this loading bay, which is secluded. Now, there are toilets here adjoining the room where he's due to speak. We can get him in through the windows.
Look, I'm not happy with that. I mean, all right, avoid the protest, but there's no need to turn this into an undercover operation. Why can't you just bring him in through the back door?
It's a long way from the hall, sir, and this corridor's got 2 or 3 outside doors.
It was well away from the front.
Yeah, but if we were seen, sir, the whole...
There's plenty of time. For goodness sake. It's only an undergraduate stunt.
All right then, Christine. What would you say were your faults?
Well, I find that question very difficult to answer. Well, I suppose I'm a perfectionist. I judge myself against the highest standards.
And do you always achieve them?
Obviously, Mr. Conway doesn't think that I do.
But what do you think, Christine? Do you agree with this claim that you're oversensitive to criticism?
I can take criticism, sir. It all depends who's dishing it out.
Meaning?
Well, it's hard to accept from people who don't always do a good job themselves. All right, sir. Since you've asked, the problem's Mr. Conway.
Madam Fraser should be getting a slap on the back. Or somewhere.
Amazing, isn't it? We're here sorting out one of her cock-ups. She's discussing a career move.
Yeah, Slags Convention. Who'd want to give any of them a baby?
Hello, girls. Is there a problem here?
Yeah. Do you want to change a nappy?
I'm being held back. OK, I don't always show initiative. That's because I'm not trusted to take it.
Are you saying that Derek can't delegate?
No, I'm not saying that. But I think there are areas of responsibility that are unclear. We'll take the lecture at the college this afternoon.
Personality clash is a two-way thing, Christine. Mr. Conway's not the only one marking you down at the moment.
If you mean the short training course.
Well, among us.
I reject the supervising officer's report in the strongest possible terms. I did not delay in giving an order, and I achieved the objective. What more did he want?
Why do you keep up this front, Christine? And why do you feel this need to prove yourself invincible? It really doesn't help, you know. You fool yourself and make yourself unpopular with everybody else.
Do you know how hard it is to be a woman inspector?
It's not just freedom of speech. It's making sure the event isn't messed up. I mean, what would you think if you'd been invited to give a talk and had to be smuggled in via a back lavatory?
I'd take a hint and cancel the talk.
Exactly. It doesn't look good for us if we can't guarantee people's liberties.
So this is just a PR exercise.
Look, Tom, if Christine Fraser hadn't dumped this on me at the last minute...
Here we are.
Dr. Fitzgerald? That's right. We'll take the unmarked car.
So, you think you're the victim of prejudice?
Look, when a woman joins the police force, she has to become one of the boys. Drink pints, twist arms, swear in the canteen. Either that, or you keep your distance. Ignore it when men call you names. Watch them get jealous as you work your way up.
Look, there are...
Speak out, and you collect enemies. Talk to a senior officer behind closed doors, and you might just as well be in bed with him. If I'd have done half the things I'm supposed to have done, I'd be exhausted by now. And all the time you're fighting for respect. Well, it's tiny things, remarks, looks that speak volumes. I have been touched, mauled, patronised, abused.
By the public.
And policemen. And the worst thing is they think it's a compliment. So you grow a hard skin. Keep your feelings to yourself. Pretend you've no interest in things like sewing or having kids. And in the end, you've got to check in the mirror to see if your femininity is intact.
I know, Christine, you're absolutely right.
What?
We have to find new ways of doing things in the force. A new awareness, not just macho shows of strength.
Yes, but how are you going to achieve that if women are giving up and resigning?
I'm sorry this is necessary, but it's for your own safety.
I understand.
Hey, it's him!
Get out! Step on it!
Hello? Bet you haven't got a girlfriend,
What's her name?
have you?
Jeremy.
Apart
from anything
Hey, he's here! He's got around her back! Come on!
Come on,
Wait!
Hey, come back! Come back!
This way, gentlemen.
Damn door doing that. Respect, sir, this is not my chosen route. On the left, watch it.
You fascist!
Hey! Back here!
Get off me!
Take that side, Tim.
Get off me!
You're an unusually talented and intelligent woman, Christine. You're also ambitious.
No more than...
Of course we need women like you in the higher ranks. But we can't make allowances.
Well, that's not what I'm asking for.
Isn't it?
No, I'm asking to be treated as... Haven't I made myself clear?
This self-assessment of yours,
Yes.
I don't think it's entirely honest. I don't think it's about you. Not yet, anyway. Maybe in 2 or 3 years' time, when you've had a bit more experience, a few more feathers in your cap. But you're not ready for Chief Inspector.
So you're endorsing Mr. Conway's report?
I can't recommend you for promotion.
I see.
I'm suggesting that you remain on your present duties for a further 12 months and we'll review the situation then. Do you want to make any comments in the space provided?
No, thank you, sir. I shall have to consider my future here.
Christine, don't do anything rash.
No.
Look, stay at Sunhill. Battle it out. If you've got any problems, it's an open door. You know that you can always rely on my full support.
Is that all, sir?
Yes, for the moment. Christine, thanks for being so frank.
Go on, in you go. Come on.
What, you agree to go?
Yeah. He's not pressing charges. You can count yourself lucky. Now go on out of it.
Where are they going? I thought they'd at least wait till Fitzgerald came in.
Nah, they just want to have a scream and shout, get it out of their systems.
Cheer up, Tom. You and the lads did well.
Yeah.
I told you we'd manage. You know, there's always this temptation to complicate things, but when it comes down to it...
Do you know how many people turned up to listen to him?
No.
5. All that for 5 Bible bashes.
What do you think I should do, Frank?
Well, I can't tell you, can I, Chrissy?
I'm asking for advice. Looks like I'm going to have to put in for a transfer now.
So what you really want?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, look, don't do anything too hasty. Could do yourself more damage than good.
Oh, they're also two-faced. All the charm in the world in front of you, and behind your back it's clubbed together and daggers drawn.
Yeah, well, Charlie Brown might be a lot of things, but vindictive he's not. You're giving him something to think about.
Like what?
Tearing Conway off a strip.
Oh, last nail in the coffin, I think. It's down to me or Derek now.
Look, you've either got Brownlow's respect or you haven't. Sit tight and see what happens. Things can change. They've okayed the joint briefings.
Yeah, was that you who said they were my idea?
Come on, get changed. I'll buy you a G&T.
Mum, that pregnant shoplifter.
What?
The store manager still hasn't turned up. Don't you think we should let her out of that detention room?
If you ring that bell once more for no reason at all, I'll cut your fingers off.
I heard that.
Be with you in a second. Chalk him up, Steve. Right, Sarge. Good afternoon, Sergeant. Or is it Sir?
Alistair will do.
Is anything wrong, Acting Detective Inspector Gregg?
Leave it out, Tom. You know that Ted Roach is on his way in from Heathrow with Henry Gill?
Henry Gill? I thought that would have been an extradition job.
So did Roach.
Blimey. After 12 months on the run, I would have thought a chap like Henry Gill would have pulled out all the stops to stay on foreign soil.
Wonders never cease. He walked into a Brussels nick and gave himself up. Whose is this?
Our prisoners.
Why isn't it with his other property?
He left it in the van. I'm going to book it in. So, is there a problem, regarding Gill?
No, no problem. It's just that his mum and sister will be coming in to see him. Let them say their hellos together and give them a bit of time.
VIP treatment, eh?
Bit of give and take, Tom. The man wants to cooperate. It will save us a lot of time and paperwork.
Yeah. By the way, does Roach know you're acting DI?
No? Why?
No, nothing.
What you got in here? The kitchen sink?
Mostly dirty washing, believe it or not. Months of it.
Come on, then. You feeling all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello there.
Reg, I've got a call to a drunk at Baton Estate. I need wheels.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Come on, Hollis. They tell me Brussels by night is just like Bethnal Green. Everybody looking for the same thing.
Yeah, well, I didn't get a chance to find out, did I? Had to get back on the next flight.
Oh, I'm surprised you didn't stretch it out for a couple of weeks, knowing you, son.
I'll get on with it, Hollis.
Well, if it isn't the return of the prodigal son.
Get rid of these two for the time being and book Gill in, will you?
Hope you didn't forget a bottle of scotch for the poor old custody sergeant.
Just book him in. Burnside's office.
Hey! What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong?
Felt a bit queasy over the flight.
Oh, yeah, he didn't look too well in the car.
Yeah, get him a glass of water, he'll be all right.
Right, bang the girls up for the time being, will you? Don't put them together. Do you want me to get you a doctor? No, it's all right.
Garth, Ted Roach.
All right. Is there trouble?
Is that you, Alistair? Well, tell Burnside I'm in the charge room with Gill.
It's you and me, Fido.
Right, where to?
The bloke's probably dead now, been run over by a car.
Where do you want to go?
Baton Estate!
We'll charge him later when the solicitor arrives.
Who is his solicitor?
A guy called Melford. Officers in Knightsbridge.
Oh my, we are posh. That'll cost you a few quid, mate.
Good trip, Ted.
Not bad. Where's Burnside?
I take it this is Mr. Gill. You all right?
He's not very keen on flying. Burnside upstairs.
Will I be able to see my mum and sister?
They're on their way in with your solicitor. What exactly happened over there?
Well, apparently Gill turned up on the doorstep of this nick in Brussels with 2 suitcases and said he was wanted by British police.
Give no reason for giving himself up?
Strong family ties, I suppose.
Homesick?
What happens even to villains?
Don't you believe it?
Well, he's going to plead for the lot. We are talking £100,000 property fraud.
I know what we're talking about.
It's going to save us an awful lot of paperwork.
It's going to save you a lot of paperwork, is what you mean.
It's going to save us a lot of paperwork. Now wait here while I tell Burnside about his duty free.
Ted, Burnside isn't here. He's away for a week. I'm acting DI.
Not while I'm here, you're not.
If the procession is going to be diverted into the park, leave us, will you please, Eileen?
Yes, sir.
Why have you done this to me?
Sit down.
I'd rather stand.
Please yourself. It was Brownlow's instructions. And if you must know, I fully endorse that decision.
I have worked my backside off for this station.
Nobody can deny that. But it's got nothing to do with your abilities as a copper. And it's nothing personal.
Then why is Greg acting DI?
Simply because you've had your chance. And Brownlow considers, rightly or wrongly, that Greg is senior officer material.
Oh, and I'm not.
I didn't say that.
So I have to sidestep for a part-time policeman?
No, but you do have to step aside for a younger man. It's life, Ted. It doesn't matter whether it's the police force or any other industry.
Right, Mum, honestly.
I think you lost weight.
Fine food.
Yeah, I suppose Mum's
Is it all worth it, I ask myself.
Gill's mother and sister?
And that's Melford, his brief.
I know the day went by.
The grief you bring to others.
Villainy is not about grief, it's about profit.
I thought he was a fan of yours, giving himself up like that.
Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
I'll be upstairs if you want me.
You must be Sergeant Roach. Thank you for your cooperation. You were very kind.
Kind?
My client was unwell. I believe you arranged to get him speeded through customs without hindrance.
Oh, that, there was nothing.
I'll go and wipe up the tears, hand out the Kleenex.
A cynical officer.
There's a few of them about.
Quite. Could I have a quiet word with you about bail?
You can, but you're wasting your time. How can I justify even thinking about bail with that kind of cash outstanding?
There's something you should know, Sergeant Roach.
Clancy, go on, I should have known.
Yeah, right. Hey! All right, mate. How's it going, Clancy?
Put a sock in it, Clancy.
Rosie. Come on, let's go and get it.
Yes, sir. I'll get one of my sergeants to sort it out tomorrow morning. Yeah, leave it to me. Okay. Bye.
Mr. Melford would like Gill bailed out.
Bail?
There are extenuating circumstances.
There always are.
I think you should listen, sir.
Gill is terminally ill.
Since when?
Recent tests at a clinic in Brussels reveal leukemia. It's a matter of weeks rather than months.
You know, he's gonna have to put me up drink for months. Well, a few days anyway.
I reckon every copper in London's nicked him one time or another.
Yeah. Look, can't we just stick him on a park bench somewhere and leave him, eh? Here. Yeah. Shall we go out with him? See what they're up to?
Oh, we could get him back to the next place.
It's over there! Oh, right. Pull back, pull back.
659
Gentlemen coming down here. That's right back. Right back. And you, right back, sir. Come on, arm under there. Up. Mind your back, mind your back. Mind it. Stand up, people. Get right back. Stand right back. Get your bag under his head.
My daughter!
That's right. That's right. His daughter's in there. That's all right. That's all right. Relax. Right, steady yourself. Relax. Put your head back. So, don't go in there, you idiot. Okay, 4 minutes. Please, Josie. There's a WPC in there. She shouldn't have gone in, I know, but I couldn't stop her. And there's a kid in there as well.
Okay, calm down. There's 2 people in there. Get out of everybody's way.
Horse ribs, Bob.
Okay.
I say we let the court decide on the question of bail. What do you reckon, Ted?
It's up to you.
Does that mean you'll strongly object to bail at court tomorrow?
Yes.
But as I understand it, Gill has been wanted for these offences for nearly 12 months now. And yet he voluntarily gives himself up. No extradition. Comes back with you of his own free will, yeah?
Yes.
Well, it's hardly the action of a man likely to jump bail, wouldn't you say?
Look, is he going to plead guilty to these offences, or is this just talk? Now, let's get this done on paper.
I assure you he will pay back in full money defrauded from clients.
Will we get a written statement to that effect?
Most certainly. If Gill is still alive by the time this case comes to Crown Court, I'm sure the judge, when in full possession of the facts, will, on humanitarian grounds, impose a non-custodial sentence. And Gill will do nothing to jeopardise that hope.
You're the governor.
Okay, we'll make a formal objection only. But I want that statement from Gill this afternoon.
Of course.
Right, okay, lads. Put her over there. Go on. Okay, hold it. Now get her out, don't worry.
I am sorry, Mrs. Gill, but you've been here far too long as it is.
Oh, a few more minutes, please.
Look, I'll see you at court in the morning.
Don't worry, love. We'll stick by you.
Perhaps if Mrs. Gill waited a while, it might be possible for her to see her son after you've completed your paperwork.
Well, that could take some time. Our Sergeant Penny, he's in charge of custody.
Well, they can sit in the waiting room if they like, but I can't make any promises. Depends how busy I get later.
Thanks.
Come along, Mr. Gill.
See you soon, love.
Ted, I've got another suspect arson.
Where?
Vestry Street, off the Baton Estate.
Baton Estate, eh?
Yeah.
Some things don't change, do they?
You haven't missed a lot, have you?
You were a fool, you know. You shouldn't have gone in there. Hey, look, I've got a confession to make. I froze.
Okay, love, relax. Deep breaths.
Is she going to be all right?
She'll be fine.
What was it called?
Looks like another arson.
Since the offences committed in Britain,
I have resided at numerous addresses.
I have resided at numerous addresses. Where? What addresses?
Small hotels, cheap boarding houses, that kind of thing. Can't remember their names. They were mainly on the outskirts of Brussels.
Is it necessary you have the names?
Mainly on the outskirts. Of Brussels.
Under various aliases.
What happened to the £100,000 you defrauded?
Spent most of it. Invested some.
How can you repay this money?
I have sufficient funds invested abroad that will cover the amounts. Everyone will be paid in full.
Can you be a little more specific?
I don't think that's necessary, officer.
How do I know that this money invested abroad is not the proceeds of other frauds?
Well, you have to take my word for it. The offences you have arrested me for are the only frauds I've committed, here or abroad.
Can we continue with the statement? I am a busy man.
The name of the clinic where you had these tests?
That's irrelevant to the offences. Completely unnecessary.
Right. The Ferro Clinic in Liège. It's private. I don't know the address offhand.
I understood it was in Brussels.
Mistake on my part, Sergeant. I apologise if I misled you. I assumed it was Brussels.
Mr. Dent came in with his daughter. House fire.
Ah, yes. Gentleman over there in the dressing gown.
Thanks. Mr. Dent? Detective Inspector Alistair Craig, Sunhill. How's your daughter?
She's going to be okay. They're just checking her up now.
You were both very lucky by all accounts.
Yes. How's the policewoman?
She'll be okay.
Brave girl, that.
This is the 5th incident of its kind on the estate. What's going on? Somebody's going to get seriously injured.
It's very difficult for me.
2 people could have been killed.
I know. I got the job of caretaker because of ill health. It doesn't pay very much.
Go on.
A local gang supplied the drugs.
Go on.
I needed the money. You must understand. I had to do as I was told.
You've been pushing drugs on the estate.
What have I got myself in for?
I want names.
I can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
There's something else. I don't know whether I should tell you or not.
Like what? Don't hold back on me now, Mr. Dent.
And sign that.
I'd be obliged for a copy of this statement.
I'll put a copy. Come in. I'll put a copy in the post once I get it typed up. Take Mr. Gill down to the custody officer.
I'll come with you. I won't be bored.
I'll see you later.
Hi. Osborne. Drugs. Where's Frank?
Up.
Out.
Hello. What we got here then, mate? Drug squad, ain't you? Eh? What you got a raid on? You know, I wouldn't mind being attached to your firm. Maybe I don't look devious enough.
You will remain in custody overnight and be taken to court tomorrow morning. That's a copy of the charges.
You'll be charged with the other offences at a later date.
Alistair.
Don't Alistair me. If you knew so much about the drug pushing on the Baton estate, why didn't you tell me?
Come on, you were up west on the Vice Squad.
What's that got to do with you?
When I took over the area drug squad, you couldn't make a move without the dealers knowing what was happening well in advance. Someone was on the tape.
You should have let us in on this one.
So I got shot of the old squad and started afresh.
So I heard.
Since then, we've gone from success to success. For the first time in years, we've got the big boys on the run. We're winning, Alistair. Don't you understand that?
We've had 5 places torched. Now this one. And I've got a WPC in hospital. A nod and a wink would have done.
Okay, so they were drug-related. It's just I didn't want you acting in any way than you normally would with an arson.
That's not on, Terry. This is our manor, our responsibility.
I'm sorry, Alistair, but that's the name of the game.
Are you going to tell me why today's so special?
Today? What are you talking about?
You've got more troops downstairs than Montgomery had at El Alamein.
Leave it out, Alistair.
Perhaps it's because you're expecting a delivery of heroin.
Now, who told you that?
Dent, the caretaker. You know, Dent. He's your informant on the estate. He pushes drugs to kids, for God's sake.
Little fish to catch bigger ones. Look, I don't like it any more than you do. But I've got a job to do, and I'm doing it to the best of my ability. Now, if that means using pushers, then so be it.
Right, that's it, Mr. Gill. Over to you, Ted.
Okay, Henry, you come with me.
Right, what about those cases?
Oh, stick them in the stores.
Right.
May I make a suggestion? If they're not relevant, why not sign them over to Mrs. Gill?
Mum could wash me a shirt. Tidy up my suit a bit for court in the morning. If that's all right with you.
I've got no objection, Tom.
It's okay with me. Right, I'll go and get it and she can sign them out.
Hello, lads.
Can I have a cigarette?
Yes, sure. It's not going to do your health much good, though, is it?
Bit late to worry about that.
Can you tell me a bit more about this clinic you're in? I'm really interested in the treatment you were receiving.
I don't want to talk about it, really. It's all in the past, gone.
Don't use Dent anymore. Not on this manor.
Whatever you say.
Purely moralistic reasons, nothing else.
Now, what I want you and your men to do is to give us cover when we go in and hit that delivery tonight.
Fine. But I don't want any more of my people getting hurt.
Alistair.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you. Now, if you'd wait out the front, I'll call you a taxi.
Look, I'll be home very soon. Don't worry.
This way, Mrs. Gill. See you in the morning, Mr. Gill. Thanks for your cooperation, Acting Inspector.
You're welcome, sir. Ted, what are you doing tonight?
Tonight? Leave it out. I've been home in 2 days, and I've got a lot of paperwork to do.
Okay, thank you. Come on. You dogs are on. Thank you, come on.
Who are these men? I'd be quiet if I was you, Mr. Melford.
Looks like I've got my delivery.
Is this Gill's overseas investment?
This has nothing to do with me.
Thanks, mate.
Pay off his creditors and a handsome profit.
All I was doing was representing a client.
I'd dearly love to know who you are really representing, Mr. Melford. I think you and I are going to have a little chat. You almost pulled it off, Gill. Bang him up, Ted.
Problems, no?
Yeah, I'm late and it's completely dead.
What? Not even turning over?
No, nothing.
Try again. Let's have a listen. Again? Oh, yes. It's your start relay switch.
What?
Start relay switch. You won't move without a new one.
Great.
Are you with the RAC or anyone?
No.
Oh. Ah, tell you what, there's auto shop just round the corner. You don't have a switch. Oh, about 20 quid, I think.
Well, I wouldn't know how to fit
No,
one.
I'll do it for you. It's only a 3-minute job, and cars are a bit of a hobby of
Well,
mine.
look, that's very kind of you, but I'm late as it is, and
3
it's...
minutes. Stay with the car.
Bob Cryer showed you around yesterday, did he?
Yes, I did, yeah.
You got your Sunhill numbers?
All put on and ready for action.
Right. I hear you already know one of your new comrades, Richard Turnham.
Oh, yeah, we were at Bow Street together.
Friendly face among the strangers then. Good. Right, one locker key. You better check it for anything unpleasant. The last document had some very nasty habits. See you at parade.
Dave Quinn and George Garfield, and the big ugly one's Tony Stone.
Right, right. Rich! How are you, mate?
Fine. And you?
Great.
Got it. Yeah, get in the car, and make sure you're switched off.
Right.
Right, first things first, will you welcome, please, PC Dave Quinnan, who, after 2 years at Bow Street, is transferred here to learn how the job should be done.
I'm trailing Richard, actually. Commissioner's orders.
Right, disposition as follows.
Okay. Try it now. There you go. Good as new.
That's really great. Thanks ever so much. How much was it?
21.50, including VAT.
Here, buy yourself a drink.
Oh, no, please. Oh, that's too much.
No, really, I'd have been stranded
please.
otherwise. Thanks ever so much. Bye.
Bye.
(218) Garfield, Panda 86, 227 Martella, front desk. Dave, I was going to send you out with WPC data on beat 5, but as she seems not to be gracing us with her presence, we'll hold fire on that. Any questions?
Yeah, Sarge.
Yes, Hollis?
Who was the bloke nosing round the nick this morning?
Bloke nosing round the nick?
Yeah, Terry Beavis in traffic tells me there was a man looking in rooms. Only if he was from the inspectorate, I should like to point out, as a Federation rep, that...
He was not from the inspectorate, Hollis. He was from estate management.
Oh, thank you, Mum. Would you, happen to know what he was doing?
Managing the estate, I expect.
Yeah.
Ah, one more thing. Strange, Norika? I didn't have you down for plainclothes duty today.
No, Sergeant. I'm sorry, I was late, so I thought I'd better just come...
Hardly a good example to set a new colleague, is it?
No, Sergeant. I'm sorry.
Yeah. OK, as I was saying, information from Barton Street. Apparently the bogus repairman's working local patches again. Varying descriptions, but basically white, middle-aged, medium height, respectable. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, this is a very plausible gentleman. He haunts car parks, disables motors when the owners aren't there, usually by springing the bonnet and disconnecting a wire or two. He then comes to the aid of the unsuspecting motorist, nobly, rejoins the wires, pockets 20 quid or so for the vital new part he had in his pocket all the time, and then walks off with the undying thanks of the motorist ringing in his ears.
Leave it out, Sarge. Who'd fall for that?
There's one born every minute, Garfield. So you better get out in the streets and protect them. Off you go. You as well, please, Norika. I'm sure PC Quinnan will wait while you get changed. You're showing him 5 beat.
Oh, right. Sorry. Excuse me.
I was going to say she's one of our most reliable WPCs.
It's all right, Sarge. Most women go peculiar when they meet me.
Best try a charm on Kath Marshall then while you're waiting.
I'll put you down for 2 tickets then, yes?
OK, thanks.
Chief Super would like an audience, Richard. Round about 4 o'clock if you can manage it.
Fine, yes.
You don't mind me not putting Dave Quinnan out with you, I hope? seems sensible for him to get to know other people here as quickly as possible.
Not at all, Sergeant. I think it's an excellent idea.
Good.
So, you're the collator, Kath?
That's right. And I know everything about everyone, so just watch out.
Well, not much to know in my case. Except I got a bundle of mature women.
Oh, that's a pity. Because I hate cheeky kids.
You know as much as I do, Derek. There's a rolling program of modernisation. Our turn may not come till the year 2000.
Are we talking about relocation, absorption, expansion? What? I mean, somebody up the road must know something, surely.
I'm just the chief superintendent. They could be knocking this place down around our ears. I'll be the last person to know.
Is that a possibility?
They're looking at us in Barton Street, that's all I've been told.
So this surveyor guy was sussed this morning. It's going to lead to rumour and speculation.
What else are police stations for?
Well, I wouldn't be sorry. I've never been one of her favourites. None of us women have. And the timing makes sense, doesn't it?
Not at this precise moment, Viv.
But you always lose staff when there's a reorganisation. It's the obvious moment for her to be moved on. Viv? Oh, yes, Mum?
Let's just get this rumour right, shall we? I've applied for a course at Bram's Hill. That has nothing whatsoever to do with the fleeting visit to Sun Hill by an estate surveyor. Understood?
Yes, of course, Mum.
You're on the front desk, I believe?
Yes, Mum. No smoke without fire.
Oh, Martella?
Yeah.
Yeah, Martella, that's a romantic name. What goes with it? Maria, Rosita?
Viv.
Oh, very nice, yeah. Just checking the marital status. I'd like to know where I am before I start.
You're at the back of a very long queue.
Crumpet here set very high standards, Dave. They're used to quality. Now, crack that one, and you'd get a cup in the station trophy case.
And,
No chance.
I believe congratulations in order, Mum. Someone said Bram's Hill's come through.
Hardly, Tom. The interviews aren't for another month.
So, how long have you been at Sun Hill then, Narika?
Oh, only 3 months. It's my second posting.
Oh, really? Oh, mine too. Maybe we should get together after work and compare notes.
Yeah, I'll ask my boyfriend.
See you later, June. I'll buy you tea.
Steady on, I take milk and sugar, you know.
Oh, come on. No disrespect, Narika, but ain't there anything else to 5B except car parks? I mean, I applaud your 100% attitude, but, well, this con guy's a nondescript. Unless we catch him in the act, we got no chance.
I just feel we'll know him if we see him.
Well, what's he going to have? A big label stuck to his forehead? Eh?
Yeah, all right.
Well, it is only a job after all, love. As you know, good to get too involved with it.
What's the matter?
There's a man!
What?
Down there! Quick! A man!
What sort of man?
He's on the ground!
Easy, could be trouble. Okay, stand back, you kids.
Just wait here with me.
What's happened to you, mate?
Who's speaking?
It's the police.
I can't see you. Three men. I could hear their voices as they came towards me.
Young?
Just laughing and talking in the distance. Then a silence, obviously as they saw me. Then a sort of whispering. They were close by then. I could tell they were just in front of me, just standing there. They were close enough for me to touch one of them with my stick. So I said, "Excuse me," and tried to walk by. He stopped me and asked if I had any money to spare. I said no. He said, "Right, we'll have this then," and grabbed my stick. I held on to it. Then there was this terrific bang in my face and I fell over. Two of them held me down while the other felt for my wallet.
How much was in it?
£15, that's all. They were angry about that. I could hear my stick being broken. Then I thought all of them had run off, until I got a boot in the ribs and another in the head. I don't know what happened after that.
Come in, Richard. Take a seat. Tea?
Please, sir.
You take milk.
Yes, please. Is there a problem, sir? I hadn't realised I was due for an appraisal.
No, not at all. Just an informal chat.
Thanks.
How about smell? Alcohol, maybe?
They'd definitely been drinking. Beer, lager, not spirit.
But they didn't sound drunk.
Not slurred, no. The one that held my shoulders when I was on the ground smelt of cars.
Cars?
Oil, like he had engine dirt on his hands.
Let's be frank. Your education, your background, your whole bearing set you apart from the average Sunhill cupper. I think it's my responsibility to stretch your undoubted potential, rather than give you a grounding in the humdrum.
I wouldn't want to be seen as getting privileged treatment, sir.
No, of course not. It's just that, well, somebody of your capabilities, we'd be stupid not to use them. So this is just to let you know that there'll be 1 or 2 special assignments coming your way. To enliven the pavement plotting.
Thank you, sir.
Looks like the guy who punched you could have been wearing a ring.
Yes, he was. I felt it when he was trying to pull my stick away, before he let go and hit me. On his right hand.
His right hand. What did it feel like? A signet ring?
Quite big, yes. Lumpy.
Great.
Maureen, traffic warden, blonde hair. She's heard they're going to build a big new station on that waste ground near Cowballs. Us and Barton Street are going to be housed there.
Where's she got that one from? The garage is what you ought to be looking at.
Garage.
Our garage. Lakecoombe Road. There's acres of space there. Estates could sell that off for a few million and get a new station built for nothing. It's part of a new shopping mall or whatever. You know, enterprise partnership.
Well, I think they're going to refurbish our bogs.
You can be very boring when you want to be June.
No, she ain't. You leave her alone. All right, Rich? How are the cucumber sandwiches?
Shortbread biscuits, actually.
Get on all right with him, do you? The chief super?
Yes, why not?
I think you'll be all right there. No temptation in the way. I hear his wife's a bit of an old dog. It's a joke.
Yeah, well, let's just keep it private, shall we?
But I promise I would never tell a soul. Rich, we're mates.
Anyone want this?
Our friends approached Mr. Horsfield from the direction of Webley Road, so they must have passed within yards of the car park while you were there, Narika. You're quite sure you saw and heard nothing?
No, I'm sorry.
And the kids who found him saw no one either?
No.
Pubs in the vicinity?
The nearest one's the Belmont Arms, then there's the Queen's Head and the Blackbird. Oh, but that's in the wrong direction if you're coming from Webley Road.
So, we're possibly looking for 3 guys who used the Belmont Arms or the Queen's Head at lunchtime.
Well, the Belmont's been yuppified. If we're talking real slag, it's more likely to be the Queen's Head.
Oh yes, we're definitely talking real slag. Are you going back out now?
Yes, Sergeant.
Right. Inquiries, please. Queen's Head and adjacent area. I'll clear it with Inspector Fraser. Did anyone see 3 young men? 1 black, 2 white. 1 wearing jeans and a T-shirt, 1 with oily hands, 1 with a large signet ring.
But I thought the victim was blind.
He is. He's just more observant than a lot of people who can see.
Right, Sergeant.
That wasn't very nice.
Sorry. It's just that you get a case like this where you expect nothing and suddenly you've got a chance.
And people are on the wrong side of car parks. I suppose you expect me to reel off a list of muggers known to wear signet rings?
No. But my feeling is that this is a tight-knit little group. You might lay into a copper or 2 with guys you just met in the pub, but you don't beat up blind people. There has to be a real rapport for that. These 3 knock around together a lot.
I'll see what I can do.
See why he's not in the pub watch. He wouldn't remember if you served Dolly Parton topless, except if we know where to put the glass. You still sulking?
No.
Yeah, you are. I can tell by the way you keep dripping over your bottom lip.
181 from Sierra Oscar receiving, over.
181 receiving.
Suspected theft at Morgan's the Jewellers, 5959 Pring Street.
Pring Street, yeah, we're very close. On our way.
I cheered you up.
Any mobile unit able to assist, please? Morgan's the Jewellers. 59, that's 59 Pring Street. This is not a robbery. Suspected theft. Suspect detained on the premises.
That's fine by me. Let's get it over with. Then maybe you'll be satisfied.
Are you the proprietor, sir?
George Morgan, yes. This man has stolen a diamond stud.
I've stolen nothing.
And what makes you think so?
He comes into the shop and asks to see a tray of studs from the window. This tray. I look away for a split second. When I look back, one of the studs is gone.
There seem to be several missing, sir.
Yeah, well, the others are sold, but not that one. That space was not empty before he got his hands on it.
It was.
Please, sir, you can have your say in a minute.
A £200 diamond stud.
Well, could it have fallen on the floor?
Marjorie's already looked. He's got it.
Yeah, he wants you to strip search me.
Oh, I don't think that would be necessary, Mr. Beck. No, but perhaps you wouldn't mind turning your pockets out, Mr. Beck. Seems the quickest way of settling the argument. Sure.
What are we looking for?
A diamond stud.
How big?
Only small.
Right, sir. Would you like to raise your arms, please?
You finished?
Yes, sir. I'm going to need to know your name and address, I'm afraid, though. All searches have to be recorded.
No problem. Just be grateful I don't sue you.
Right, sir. If you'd like to come this way, we'll get the paperwork sorted.
Would that be your girlfriend across the road, Mr. Beck?
What?
Coming in for this later, was she? Must be your chewing gum, sir. Still soft.
Nice work at the jewellers, Dave. Stick with him, Norika. You'll learn a lot.
I'm just going to check my correspondence.
Must be fate the way our paths keep crossing, Jim.
Fate worse than death, isn't it?
Well, look, as you insisted on buying your own tea earlier, how about letting me get you a drink after work?
What, tonight?
Yeah.
Not exactly a shrinking violet, are you?
No, but I thought it might.
All right, I'll call your bluff. I accept. Not the local, though. It's full of gossipy CID.
Look, there's a good little pub in Telby Street. I think.
Okay.
The thing is, they've got the old Victorian stations, keep the coppers out on the streets. Make them too comfortable and they'll all want to stay in.
You're three musketeers. I've spoken to every beat officer I can, and they're not all as unobservant as you seem to think. In fact, it appears there are 3 groups of possibilities roaming the manor.
That's a pleasant thought.
But not many of them are known to us in a CRO sense, so I went back through the prisoner property records of those that are, and Stephen Robert Charlesworth was wearing a signet ring when he was arrested in July 1988 for a breach of the peace. He also has a younger brother, Clifford. They live on the Pilbeam estate and spend a good deal of their time creating a nuisance by cannibalising dumped motor cars in a messy and noisy manner with their friend Roy Wilkes, IC3. We've got Stephen's fingerprints on records, so if you can match them up with those on the white stick, we're home and dry. It has been dusted, I presume.
That's him.
Who?
The car-com man.
Hey? I never saw a label.
Is this your car, sir?
They on commission or what?
Bit of competition will do you good, Stamp.
Norika's colour, Sarge, nothing to do with me.
What's your car doing in the yard, Norika?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I couldn't find a space outside and I was late.
Book your prisoner in, then remove it. Step.
Norika? Start first time, does it?
No, we're not likely to get a print match until tomorrow, but we've got enough to pull them in.
I'm 2 down already, Alistair, you know that.
But these are slag at the lowest order, Ma'am. If word gets around, they'll be on their bikes before...
So how many do you want this time?
Well, George Garfield's the beat officer, so him, plus 6 more.
Yes, all right.
And a dog.
Right, leave it.
Stephen Charlesworth.
Yeah, he's definitely the business, mate. He had that chewing gum sussed. I didn't. Sure, him and Turnham are the best of bosom buddies, but it's all to the good as far as I'm concerned.
Ah, first to be ready. I am flattered.
First?
Yeah, see you up there, Dave. All right.
Great.
See you later.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, Dave. See you then.
Get them in, but I'm paying.
Right.
You all right?
Where you been? Oh, you coming too, Sarge? Only the coach is just leaving.
I'll catch you up. It's the Cat and Mouse, Toby Street, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Good night, Mum.
Good night, Alex.
Oh, and good luck in New York.
Pardon?
The exchange visit.
Thank you.
Come on, you know the way.
Forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Come on.
Home sweet home, eh, Reverend?
Yeah. Not the Reverend again.
Yeah, they nicked him at the Azania.
Didn't know there'd been a raid.
Yeah, they shouted for us.
Right. Name?
The Reverend Marcus O'Gunn.
Occupation?
Minister of Religion. Youth and community worker. Local authority consultant on equal opportunities.
Right.
And company director. The House of the Lord has many mansions.
You have been arrested for being in possession of an offensive weapon, namely one sheath knife. Do you want a solicitor?
Immediately, immediately. I refuse to discuss this matter further without legal representation. There.
R.D. Saxton. Right. You'd like to sign it there, please.
Keeping you busy, are they, Harry?
Sure, there's no end to it, is there?
Shift all the rubbish between us, don't we, mate?
Oh, here. I saw something a bit funny.
What do you mean?
Olive Road. There was this old girl trying to get into one of the houses.
You talking about the break-in?
Oh, no, certainly not. No, she was an old girl, like I say, you know, pensioner. Sure, they're not that hard up. But I tell you, she looked dead embarrassed when she saw me watching her.
I'll go by and have a look. Probably all over by now.
What can you tell Inspector Burnside about the arrest of the Reverend Ogan?
Well, the fighting had stopped by the time we got to the Azania Cafe. And they kept stum. Wouldn't say anything against each other. In fact, I thought the whole thing was a load of I thought it was a blowout, Ma'am. Until we rubbed him down and we found the knife on Ogan.
Right. So you didn't actually see anything?
But what did it feel like? Who was going up against the Reverend?
Say what your impressions were.
Well, by the way they were eyeballing each other, I'd say the one called Wesley.
Wesley Nichols. Yes, I'd go along with that.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Right, thanks.
That'll be all for now. Well done.
Good collar.
Thank you, Mum. Governor?
Thank you.
So, we've got that conniving Reverend toe rag at last.
An offensive weapon's not much considering what we think he's into.
There's a lot of people out there who've got it in for the Reverend, but none of them have had the bottle to put him away while he was on the streets. Now it's a different story.
You think you can get enough to really put him away?
I'll do my rotten best. One thing I don't need is Hogan's solicitor muddying the waters.
You saying Saxton's bent?
Well, they're not on our side, are they? Enough said.
We could keep them out for 36 hours. It will need authorisation.
No, we haven't got enough of that. Anyway, Brownlow wouldn't wear it.
Well then.
We'll have to use our initiative, Chrissy. Give me a couple of hours.
Got a problem, have you, madam?
Oh!
Something the matter, is there?
Well, I was just trying to see if there's a window open.
I realise that. This your property, is it?
Well, no, it isn't. It belongs to a friend of mine. But I bang the knocker and there's no answer.
Well, maybe she's out.
Well, it's a gentleman, as a matter of fact. And the thing is, he hasn't taken his milk in. And look, his papers are still stuck in the letterbox. He'd never leave it like that.
Elderly gentleman, would he be?
Well, pensioner like me.
What's his name?
Cutler. Frankie Cutler.
Right, all then. Mr. Cutler? Police, Mr. Cutler, can you hear me?
Tommy Morris, right? What do I want you for this time, Tommy?
You don't want me for anything, number 171. And I'll be making a record of your attitude.
What's up with you?
I'm here as the Reverend Marcus Hogan's legal representative.
Stow me, Tommy. How did that come about?
Oh, now you've gone and done it. Better come in and see you've done no more damage.
You better not, actually, love. If you could just wait outside, please. Thanks. Mr. Cutler?
I'll have a word with Mr. Morris, Bob. Wheel him in.
Right.
Mr. Cutler?
I'm refusing you access to the Reverend Hogan on the grounds that you are not competent to give him legal advice.
That's diabolical.
It's the law, Mr. Morris. Sergeant Cryer, that decision will be entered on the prisoner's custody record.
Yes, ma'am.
Sergeant, would you see that Mr. Morris is escorted out?
Ma'am.
Nothing changes, does it? You still think that we're your property, don't you? You can do just what you like.
The legal position's quite clear.
This officer will see.
You won't get away with this.
Off the premises, Mr. Morris. We will hear from that again.
I was in prison and ye came unto me. I was hungry and ye gave me meat.
It's macaroni cheese, actually.
Inspector Fraser. Edwards. Olive Road, yes. And it's a sudden death, no suspicious circumstances apparent. Right, I'll notify the divisional surgeon and come over right away.
Oh, my God. Downstairs, please, love.
Oh.
Hello, Wesley! Good stuff, Burnside. You give me any aggravation, I'll have you in straight away. Well, you might just bump into your old friend, the Reverend. I've got nothing to say to you. Do you know what, Wesley? I'm really impressed. You finally made your move against the Reverend. Didn't think you had a bottle. And I bet you feel a lot safer now he's banged up. Mind you, he's going to have blood in his eye when he comes out again, which could be soon if we don't have something more on him than that weapon. Look at me, you scumbag! Do you know what I'd really prefer? I prefer it if he came out and cut you, then I'd have 2 less slags on my manor. Get off. The old Bill saved your poxy skin once today. You want protection? You got to earn it.
Look, I can't give you nothing.
You're taking advantage of my good nature, pal. We know what goes on down here, Zania. We know there's dope being dealt there. We know you fence the gear from street snatches there. What I need is something to tie Hogan in. It's your interests more than mine.
It can't come from me.
I don't mind who it comes from.
There's this geezer, Claude Ferris. He's got it in for the Reverend. Just forget you got a name off me.
Now you're talking.
Sarge, this is Ms. Saxton.
Yes, we have met. You like to take a seat? Unfortunately, Inspector Fraser, the duty officer, is out at the moment.
Look, never mind who's in or out, Sergeant. My client has been arrested, and possession of an offensive weapon is not an arrestable offence.
Well, that is unless any of the general arrest conditions exist under Section 25 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act. In this case, the arresting officer believed that the arrest was necessary in order to prevent the Reverend from causing injury to himself or others.
Well, apart from that, my client has been denied his right to legal advice.
He was not denied legal advice.
I'm sorry, but that's exactly what's happened.
No, your clerk, Mr. Morris, was not competent to advise the prisoner. That's why he was excluded.
Well, what the
Let
hell
me finish. It is all clearly stated in the custody record.
What the hell have my clerk's qualifications got to do with you?
An inspector has the power of exclusion on these grounds, Miss Saxton.
I see. Well, tell me something, Sergeant. When was that power last exercised against a clerk who was perhaps middle class and white?
Now, this is to do with competence, not colour or class.
That's just a smokescreen, and you know it.
No, you sent the kid in straight off the street to have a confidential meeting with a prisoner, and as you know, that is abusing the system.
Do you have any idea of the income that we get from criminal legal aid work?
Yes, I've heard lawyers complaining about
Look, it doesn't come anywhere near the cost of a qualified solicitor. If I cannot use unqualified clerks, people will have to go unrepresented, which I'm sure would suit you very well.
We don't make the rules.
Well, now I'm here losing money and I want to see my client.
Inspector Fraser has instructed me to refer the prisoner's legal advisers to her. And as I say, she
and
is
as
not...
you say, she unfortunately happens to be out. Right. Is that your next excuse for denying my client his legal right?
All right, you can see your client. Thank you, Hollis. You'd like to come this way.
You got a warrant? No, honestly, it's not like that, Claude. Just want a little chat. Ooh. Smoking's gonna ruin your training, Claude. Still, at least it's not tobacco.
What is this?
You got that face 2 days ago, right?
I got into a fight, that's all.
A fight? Well, it definitely wasn't the Queensberry rules, was it? Would have been stopped. Bare knuckles. Come on. Put up your dukes. Come on. Come on, Claude.
I don't want any bother.
Come
don't
on.
wind me up.
Couldn't have been much of a fight, Claude. Looks like you never landed a punch.
I never made no complaint.
Happened at the Azania Cafe, right? You were getting out of order. Touching up the girls, shouting your mouth off. The Reverend had you hammered. Under his personal supervision.
I never made no complaint. What's it to you?
I'm a sportsman, like yourself, Claude. I like to see fair play. I'd be gutted if that had happened to me. Big, strong boy like you. They'd never have tried it on without the Reverend say so. With him out of the way, you could go for a rematch. And the thing is, Claude, he is out of the way. We've got him. Possession of an offensive weapon. Only that's not going to keep him off the streets for long. We need a little bit more.
I just hung about the Azania Club. Like they got a little bit of a gym there, right? They treated me like I was stupid. Just some stupid little kid. I mean, no one told me nothing.
You must have heard things, right? Seen things?
Heard about this girl.
She got a name, Claude?
They call her Donna. She's on the game, right?
I'm listening.
Look, you said that you're breaking my arm. Come on. If you don't struggle, it will run first.
All right then, Miss Saxton.
All wrong, I'm afraid, Sergeant.
Well?
Well, you'd be well advised to just save yourselves a great deal of embarrassment by withdrawing the charge and releasing my client at once.
Do what? Well, I realise you have to do the best for him, but under the circumstances...
Well, now, why don't we discuss what those circumstances really were?
Go on.
Did Mr. Cutler have any children, Mrs. Gardner? They'll have to be notified.
Never took much notice of him while he was alive. Still, I suppose they'll be keen enough now to find out what he's worth. I've seen this all in my family.
If they're the next of kin, they'll have to be told.
Oh, I know. It'll all be done properly. I'll see to that.
George! A quick word. Not here. Now tell me exactly how you and Boy Genius nicked Hogan.
Well, there's only a cafe, like it says in the statement.
Actually in the cafe, where the public comes in, sits down, drinks coffee, buys dope, sells nick credit
Well,
cards.
no, in the committee room in the back, up the stairs.
Why didn't you tell me?
I know what you're going to say, Sarge. The offence has to be in a public place, right?
Yes, Garfield, dead right.
Yeah, well, Rich Turnham reckons he must have been in the public place, on the streets, in the public part of the Azania, with the knife to get into the committee room. Smart, innit?
Oh, yes, ever so smart. Until Ogan's lady lawyer comes along and points out that Ogan owns and lives in a flat at the Azania and was coming from the flat to the committee meeting.
Oh, it's a bit of a choker, eh?
Well, we made a pills of this one.
So she's right, the solicitor.
Dead right.
We withdraw the charge against Ogan.
Afraid so. I shall want words with Garfield and Turnham.
Is there anything we can do to hold him?
Well, what's Burnside got to say?
Oh, he's out making inquiries.
In connection with the Reverend?
So I believe. Well, not in connection with any particular crime. Frank's out fishing. He's trying to see what he can find out or stir up while Ogan's out of circulation.
Well, that's his business, but we can't write that down on a custody record as a reason for holding Ogan. Now that this offensive weapon's gone pear-shaped, we've got nothing.
So the Reverend Marcus Ogan walks?
On water, with his luck.
When my husband died, there was the registrar, the funeral, the lawyer, all that aggravation. But it was something to do, something you could do properly for them. Put it all in order.
Yes, I know.
I'm right out of it now. All I can do is think about it.
I'll run you home.
Your car's outside, Reverend. Nice motor. You flogged that, you could do quite a bit with a poor and needy.
Ye have the poor always with you, but me you have not always.
You're Donna, right? Get in.
That's not on. What about my 2 cautions? That's the rules. You're supposed to give me 2 cautions.
You're not being nicked. Get in.
I got a living to earn, you know. I can't be doing freebies for the old bill all day.
What do you mean all day?
Anyway, I'm not interested. Forget it. I've heard a lot about you, Donna.
I don't do no stuff with handcuffs or truncheons.
I am not a punter. I hear you're an old playmate of the Reverend's.
Let me out of here.
I hear you and he were very close, like shacked up. You know every number he's got going.
Stop the car.
But he's done a dirty on you. One day you're driving around in a BMW, silk stockings, nose candy out of a silver shaker. The next day you're renting out your assets on the street.
No comment. Stop the car.
So you've got a grievance. But the Reverend's a heavy number. You don't want to cause him any trouble. But he's off the streets, Treasure. So now's your chance to get even.
Off the streets?
Straight up. We got him banged up. So, what we want from you is details, intimate details, on his banking arrangements, where he launders his bunts, the names he uses, the front men.
If you don't stop this car, I'm going to smash this window and
No,
start...
hold up! Just behave yourself. Don't tell me you're still carrying a torch for that tow rag.
Give me back my shoe. I've been warned about getting in cars with maniacs like you. You think you got the Reverend banged up? Well, get this. He cruised past in his big black BM 3 minutes ago. Give me his rotten blessing, didn't he?
Sorry.
Hogan, you let him walk.
I'm sorry about that, Frank. We had no choice.
First chance we get to get something solid on that slag, and you let him out.
Well, the charge was unacceptable.
I was just in the process of stitching him up properly.
Yeah, but my name's on the records. And what do I say if there's a complaint? Mr. Burnside asked us to hold him until he could find a crime that he might have committed?
There are ways and means. Good God Almighty, you've been in the job long enough.
Yeah, but not when his lawyer has blown the charge to bits in your faces.
If you'd been doing your job properly, his lawyer would never have got near him.
It is not for you to tell me how to do this job. That is not the way it's done.
Don't get above yourself, Bobby. People who pull strokes on me, they get endless grief.
If you've got any problem, you better talk to my superiors.
You can depend on it, sunshine. And where the hell have you been? When you've been pouncing about in your noddy car looking after lollipop men, your uniforms have done a number on me.
Hello, Frank. Well?
Bob Cryer only let Hogan's lawyer in, and she sprung the tow rag, that's all.
Apparently the offensive weapon charge was out of order.
Yeah, well, that's down to your plods for a start. They're not safe let out on the streets.
All right, so Will's come off somewhere.
Leaving me looking like a prize prat. I was pulling the threads together that were going to strip Hogan stark naked. Now he's cruising round in his BMW putting the frighteners back on.
All right, let me talk to Bob Cryer and I'll get back to you.
I warned you about that, solicitor.
I'll get back to you, Frank. I need to talk to my people first, OK?
Don't just talk to them. Bite them.
Don't worry, mate. He's an old man, Mr. Conway, but he's fair.
We all make mistakes.
Of course, we're not as big as you, no.
Prat!
I expect an officer of your experience to understand what's wanted and use some initiative.
With respect, that's not the point.
Tell me what the point is then, Sergeant.
Well, higher officers than either of us can delay access to a solicitor, but even they can't do it on the grounds that the advice might not suit our purposes.
Nobody said that was the reason.
No, of course not, because no one's laying their cards on the table about any of this.
I thought I knew where I stood with you, Bob.
You do. But nods and winks won't do the job, and not when it's me that's got to carry the can for the prisoner's treatment.
That'll be all, Sergeant.
Sarge?
Yeah?
We're interested in Wesley Nichols.
What do you mean, interested?
Well, a message came in while I happened to be in the CAD room from the casualty department, local hospital.
Yeah?
Well, there's a man been dumped on their steps, badly beaten. Sounds like GBH. And all he'll give's his name.
Wesley Nichols.
Yeah. And I thought, you know, since the Reverend's been in and out today, it might be of interest to the Inspector.
Oh, it will. You're dead right there. All right, I'll give it to her, Reg. She'll prefer it coming from me.
And the knife was still in him when he was brought in.
Here, up to the handle. Know him?
Oh, yeah.
You have been charged with receiving stolen property.
Sarge, got a minute?
No, not yet. Namely, 3,650-watt microwave ovens.
I keep telling you, I don't know where they came from. Just wait here.
You're being bailed. Now, you know what that means, don't you? Lads, can you speed this up a bit, please?
My van was nicked.
Listen, you will surrender to custody at 10 a.m. on the 15th. Sign just there, please.
I don't know where they came from.
And that means 10 o'clock in the morning, here, next Tuesday. Lovell, where are you? Show this gentleman up. Thank you very much, sir.
Was a regimental bisbee. Go get it.
Quinnan, either shut this man up or get him out of here.
Shut
it!
I'm going to have to ask you both to wait outside just for a moment.
Take a bit of time, madam, if you could just bear with us.
Right.
Assault, occasioning actual bodily harm. We're called to 121 Arcacia Street, where we found Mrs. Brown lying on the stairs, unconscious. Her daughter was in the bedroom.
Who called us?
The mother.
Where's she now?
Casualty. The daughter admits going for her with a chair.
Come on.
Let's have your name, please. Name?
It's Hermione Brown.
It's 121 Acacia Street.
Sarge.
What'd you do, Hermione? Have you got a job? How old are you? What's your date of birth?
Cock and Linnet's always been a rough pub.
We know what's going on. Underage drinking.
Got our eye on him, Frank.
Gear being passed around.
He's an embarrassment, Frank, we know. But he won't be there long.
Telephone, Mr. Van Side.
Oh, cheers. Embarrassment is right. Area car was called here the other week to a disturbance. Bunch of yobbos had superglued a PC to one of the benches outside. All helmet and no trousers.
Just before he died.
There.
Does her mother know she's been brought in?
Well, not as such, Sarge, no.
She passed out.
All right. You have the right to have someone informed of your detention. And you can consult a solicitor. Do you want to? If you want one later, let me know. These are your rights. Read them. Right. I want you to sign here and here. Here to say you've been told your rights, and here to say you do not require a solicitor at this time. You can sign your name, I suppose. Turn out your pockets. This officer is now going to search you.
Oh, Sarge, the detention rooms are all full. Those lads who broke into the supermarket were still waiting for the parents.
I spent half my life waiting for parents.
Shock, Sarge.
Eh?
She's in shock.
So's the mother. All right, female cell too. Come on.
Hold it!
Hey.
Calm down.
Can't.
Just calm down.
Sit down. All right, Claire.
All right, Sarge. Right, this isn't going to take a minute. Jack it off. Got in late, did ya? Is that what it was all about? Your mum had a go at you, did she?
She called me a dog.
Blaz as well?
No.
How old are you?
16 next month.
Don't you get on with your mum?
She's all right. Get off me!
This isn't going to take a minute.
Off me! Oh, just give me the coat! Ugh. Give me the coat! Give me
Hey! All right! All right! All right! All right! Give me the red! Hey, Claire!
Yeah?
Now, cool down, you! Cool down!
Calm down.
Now, sit there! Is she clear?
I don't know. She's 15, Sarge.
Excuse me, I'm a police officer. Excuse me, madam.
You didn't see who set on you. You've no idea who it might have been. You can't even tell me the name of the street.
Look, we were down the Horse and Groom.
The doctor's in if you want to let him see that.
Look, and you going to do anything?
Oh, yeah. We sent a patrol car out all night stopping people. Hey, did you beat up two lads about 11:30? Didn't you? Are you sure? What's wrong with the back door?
I can't park. Carriers jamming the yard.
Walk round.
They're not going to do anything. Is that right?
Look, it'll get reported. Let's have your names.
Bugs Bunny, Roger Rabbit.
There's murder on the ground tonight. Leon Cornelius, shame, eh?
Couldn't happen to a more deserving bloke.
Look, mate, I'm sorry, I'm chocker. Sorry. Now, Melvin, fight to the bull and firkin. The carrier wants me to find a home for 6 tearaways.
Sarge.
Yeah, hang on. Melvin, Sergeant have a look at that lad in cell 2, did he? You know, the wally who fell into the dock.
Yeah, he said give him a couple of hours to sober up, Sarge.
Take another look at him, will you?
He's not been there half an hour.
Do it. Mr. Parry, yeah, I'm sorry about this. Yeah, as I was saying, well, she's 15 and violent.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, that's right. She's already put her mother in hospital and nearly brained one of my WPCs.
My name is Ivan.
Yeah, well, surgeon's on his way.
Haven't seen.
Hey?
Right.
Hey, no, well, no, there's no record of mental illness, no.
I'm a beggar.
We can't keep her. No, no, that's out of the question. No, I'm sorry. No, look, in our opinion, she's not fit to be detained.
Date of birth?
Thank you. Social workers.
What did he say? Behavioural aberration aggravated by circumstances.
Just keep an eye on her.
Down, Grey
And for God's sake, shut up!
Grey beard and glittering eye now. Wherefore stop so?
Come on.
No one's blaming you. She's been quiet. We want to know she was a screwball. Don't worry about it.
Go.
Oh, hello, Jim. Anything come up on those checks?
Well, Spinky's favourite. Ryan Spink.
Oh, Cornelius's brother.
No, cousin, when it suits.
I've had words.
Well, they were at the top of the ground together till last month. Cornelius got greedy.
So where do we find this Spink?
He's got a girl down the Burnett Road, name of Annie. He supplies the coke.
Oi!
What about Jimmy? Jimmy the cut man. It's his style, isn't it? I mean, Cornelius was stabbed in the back, you said?
Or the side. It could have been any punter.
No. Not with a dealer like Leon Cornelius. Too fly.
Well, Jimmy thinks Cornelius did tip us off over that Mealer Street raid, I suppose.
Exactly. And how long's he been threatening to do a Sunday joint on Cornelius? Friend Jimmy's definitely due.
Did you know him? Cornelius. Oh, Tony Stamp was just telling me if anyone had it coming, he did.
Leave it, George. I'm all right.
Well, Tony was in a carrier one night, right outside the Greenland
Will you
Cave.
just get off my back?
Claire? All right, Gov.
Sarge!
Narco, take over, out of the way, quick, quick, quick! I told you to watch her till we got her out of here. I'm trying to run this madhouse with one sergeant.
It's not my fault.
How did it happen?
She tried to strangle herself with a bra.
Well, that's all I need, a black kid dying on me.
She's a juvenile. She shouldn't be in here.
Sarge.
Sarge.
We're going to release you with a caution. You know what that means? If it happens again, we charge you. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Sarge, I don't...
Melvin, he's been here for 5 hours. Now listen, don't drink so much and do not walk home through Duncan Wharf. You got it? You with me? Good. Sign there by that cross. Here. Yeah. Kindly show the gentleman out, Melvin.
Sarge. Clothes. Come on.
What do you mean, nicking his customers? What customers? I ain't had no row with Cornelius. I ain't.
Had no row with Cornelius.
Right. I wasn't in no house at Melia Street. I didn't know about your raid. If they told you I was there, they're lying, because I wasn't there.
Was not there.
Cornelius is a friend of mine. He wouldn't set me up. Never set me up.
Friend of mine.
Most people stop and open windows before they go through them. Not Jimmy the Cut Man.
They told you I'd jump through a window. They're lying.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had no row with Cornelius. He did not set me up. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
About time for the T-shirt then, Jim. Stick him in a cell. He's definitely going down for this one. We'll be in the next century before he sets foot on this ground again.
Oi, hang about. Oi! What about me?
Oh, yeah. You need time to think, pal. This is garbage. When you're ready for a sensible chat, yeah? 2 sugars, right?
What we're gonna do is talk to your mum.
Sorry.
Yeah, I said forget it.
Didn't mean to.
Look, you understand we've got to talk to your mother.
Sorry.
All right. Fancy a piece of pizza, a burger? We're having some brought in.
Tony, the man of the moment.
Go.
Cheers. Nothing like a nice cup of tea to get a nasty taste out of your mouth. Especially at this time of night. Know what I mean?
I've been a good boy, Sarge. A real good boy, honest.
Inspector! Of course you have. So, you're Cornelius's cousin?
He's nothing to do with me.
No?
No, sir. No, sir. He's bad.
Yeah?
Not my cousin, sir. He's real bad.
Well, he's not going to be bad anymore.
He's not going to be bad anymore.
He's dead.
He's dead?
As a doornail. He got knifed, Walker Street.
Oh, I don't carry no knife, Sarge. I'm a good boy now.
No. You're a naughty boy, Spink. And I'm going to bury you. You had a row with Cornelius. Threatened to do him in.
Sir, I'm sorry. He is my cousin. I don't like to say it because he's so bad. But I love my cousin. I wouldn't do anything.
You're a lying toad.
Yes, Sarge. Sir. Excuse me. Could I go, please? The lavatory.
Where were you at 10:30?
I wouldn't do anything to hurt Leon. The lavatory, sir.
We got one of the great criminal minds of the East End here, Jim.
I'm a good boy now, Inspector. Sarge. Can I...
Oh, no.
Excuse me, Gov. I might have something.
Get it sorted, James.
About this death, Leon Cornelius.
Yeah, all right. Let's turn a couple of corners. Do you know, some people waste their time on a Saturday night, going to parties, down a pub, out for meals. We're the chosen few, know what I mean? So what you got?
I saw Cornelius leaving the Green Lamp Cafe tonight.
When?
10:15. I've only just heard about it.
Was he on his own?
With Joshua Rodrigo.
Joshua, eh? What were they doing? Talking? Having a ruck?
Talking, and pretty close.
Where were they going?
Towards the old canal road. Any use?
Joshua will be in the card school behind the Caribbean Club. Look, shoot back down there with CID and pick him up. I'll square it with the duty officer.
Right.
Oh, Viv.
Yeah?
Well done.
What do you like doing at school then, Oh, there must be something you like. What's your favourite?
Javelin.
Eh?
Throwing the javelin.
What are you going to do when you leave? Do you know yet?
I want to drive on the lorries.
Well, you've got to be 17 before you drive. What does your mum say?
Shouldn't have said that. Just 'cause I was late in. I'm not a dog.
Is that what she called you? A dog? Is that why you hit her?
I told him. I'm not doing it. I'm not.
You told him? Who? You're not doing what? Where had you been?
Roaming the streets.
I'm not on the streets, I'm not.
All right. Nobody's saying you're on the streets. Now, come on, come and sit down. Come on.
Well, go and get a cup of tea, eh?
Sit down. Right, Jim.
Cheers.
I want to see my daughter.
I know, Mrs. Brown, I know. Tony!
Where am I going to see my daughter?
Just wait in there, Mrs. Brown. I won't keep you a minute. Take a seat, thank you. Tony, keep an eye on her, will you? I've got to see how the girl's getting on.
What about a front desk, Sarge?
2 minutes. Good lad.
Just playing a game of poker. Like every Saturday night.
Joshua Christian Rodriguez. Still looking after the girls? Making sure they're nice and clean?
Girls? I don't run no girls.
You haven't seen Leon Cornelius tonight?
At the Caribbean Club?
At the Green Lamp?
The Calf?
The Calf.
You were in there tonight?
Yeah.
You were in the Green Lamp with Cornelius. You left together at 10:15. You walked towards Old Canal Road. Then what happened?
You know it. You tell it.
What are you talking about?
The weather. Terrible, man. And the neighbourhood. Gone right down it has. Gee, it's bad.
If there's one thing I hate more than a filthy little ponce, Jim, it's a filthy, smart-ass little ponce.
The Old Canal Road runs down into Walker Street. Walker Street is where Leon Cornelius was...
I went to the Grapes.
Take your jacket off. Oh dear, oh dear. What have you done?
New bandage. Looks like a hospital job.
Bit of trouble down at Grapes, was there?
Yes, sir. I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Detective Constable Carver, sir. So there's no incident at all in the pub this evening? Now, you're certain, sir? Now, did anyone get cut? No cut, sir. A glass, a knife.
Sure, I can't get you a cup of tea.
Cheers, Tony.
Sarge.
She's all right, Mrs. Brown. I've just seen her.
Where is she?
Just a moment. Please sit. The position is this. Your daughter has assaulted you, and we must consider whether to press charges.
No.
This was a serious assault.
Where is she? I want to see her.
In a moment. Has she ever had any psychiatric treatment? Is there any history of mental illness?
Mental? She's not mental. So that's what you're saying now.
A social worker has been called in.
I don't want no social worker. I want to take my Hermione home.
I don't think that's very wise at the moment, Mrs. Brown.
I should never have called you. Never. That's what my Hubert always say. Never call the police. They're nothing but trouble.
We've been on to the landlord. There was no trouble at the Grapes. We've been on to St Martin's Hospital. They stitched you up at 11 o'clock for a knife slash. It's on record. Stand up when I'm talking to you. On your feet! Is this yours? Look at it! Bang him up. Get his fingerprints in the morning.
Cornelia said, come home with me. He said we'd split a bottle of Southern Comfort. He said he wanted girls. He wanted 2 of mine. 2 of my girls. Started prodding me like that. I told him not to push me. Don't push me. He pulled out his knife. 2 girls, he said. He cut my arm. 2 girls. I said, nah, no girls. Then he came for me. I dropped my knife, man. I just dropped it and ran.
So this knife is your knife?
Yeah, I dropped it and ran. I swear it, man. I didn't stick him with no knife.
Of course you didn't. He did it himself.
Outbursts of violence are as much provoked as spontaneous.
I'm not involved with the case.
I certainly don't think they're premeditated. I was in Lehman Street last week when we really had a...
Mr. Parry, social services. Yours, I think.
Yeah, this way, Mr. Parry.
How's the girl?
Oh, we're keeping her on an even keel.
You were the arresting officer?
Yeah, I was one of the arresting officers. This way, please. Excuse me, please.
You mind
Excuse
out
me.
the way,
Excuse me,
please?
thank you. Thank you. Cheers, Viv. Thanks a lot.
All right, Ken.
Right,
George?
if you want to come through, please.
One at a time then, Viv.
Okay.
Here you are. Oh, this is Mr. Parry, social services. There you go. Oh, sorry, Mr. Parry, did you want one?
No.
No, it's no trouble.
George, Hermione's been telling me about her boyfriend. That's where she went tonight.
They were doing a conga across Dayton Street, Sarge.
Conga? Martella, there's a road hazard out there with no warning lights. Go and warn the CAD room. Go
All
on.
right, all right, all right.
Yourself up when I've been worse. Oh, careful, Vic. Urinating in a public place. Walworth's window.
Sit him down a minute. What are you looking at?
Nothing, Sarge.
Down there, Hollis. Alec.
What? I need a body detained.
Got a result?
Oh, yeah.
Be with you in a jiffy.
He started hitting me.
Who was this?
Right for the back of the settee. He thought I was knocked out. Quick past the kitchen door.
Go on. You got out the front door?
Grabbed me. I had to.
You had to what?
There was a knife on top of the meter. He had me round the neck. I got it. I had to.
You knifed him.
I ran up the steps onto the road. Ran.
Who was this bloke?
Leon.
Leon who?
Leon Cornelius.